What's good, guys? Frankie Forsyth back here with another video, and this one is gonna be on um a guy. I don't know his name, but some guy commented on one of my YouTube videos. It had to be around 3 or 4 months ago when I was talking about how people scare you into giving them money, essentially, and it's very easy to scare somebody with their health because at the end of the day, that could mean you lose parts of your health. In the example I'm going to talk about, you have some complications with like your appearance or something, or in extreme cases, you could, lose your life. And obviously, this is what they did in the with the pandemic and stuff. They scared people into believing that this was some deadly virus, which if it's even like a real virus, which we don't know, it's clearly not deadly whatsoever. And but what I wanted to talk about in regards to someone leaving a comment on one of my YouTube videos, um I was talking about how I went to the dentist office, and I go twice a year. So I go semi-annually, I believe it's called. I don't know the exact term, but I go once every 6 months. So, and in the past, like 3 or 4 times before this time that I went, which was probably like 5 or 6 months ago now, but every time I go, they tell me, I don't have any cavities, nothing looks bad. They might tell me to floss a little more and stuff like this, but and now this one time that I went back there, which was about 5 or 6 months ago, this new girl that works there, she just told me I have 8 cavities out of nowhere, out of the blue. And, you know, when I hear shit like this that I'm very skeptical about, I mean, I keep one foot in, one foot out, you know what I mean, until I'm certain. I just have a skeptical mind when it comes down to things like this. So she tells me I have 8 cavities, right? Now I'm paying much more attention to the way she's talking, the way she's. I'm trying to basically catch her lying. You know what I mean? And she ends up saying, like, we're talking or something, and she's like, oh, yeah, you have a beautiful smile. You don't want to lose all those teeth or something, trying to butter me up into, you know, scaring me of losing my appearance. I know I have the mask on right now, but if you guys saw my teeth, I mean, they're not terrible. Like, they're pretty straight, but like, I have some like gaps in my teeth and stuff. It's not a beautiful smile, you know what I mean? She's lying straight to my face. And when you start lying like that, it really makes me question what else you're lying about. So, things started adding up, and I decided, you know what, I'm not going to get any of these fucking cavities filled. And I talked about that in the one video. I forget exactly what video it is. It probably has something to do with like money in the title, or people like to intimidate you, or something like that. I don't know which video it is, but some guy in the comments, he's like, oh, you should really be careful with that stuff. You really don't want people to, or you really don't want to get any cavities. I'm sure they're not lying. Like, what do they have to gain from lying? And you know what they have to gain from lying? Money. Like, what do you mean? That's what they have to gain from lying. Look what the health organization does with all these drugs and everything they give you. How they never actually fully heal you. You're always a patient if they never actually fully heal you, and they can just keep milking and milking you out of your money. Anyways, So yeah, he left that comment, and I mean, I didn't reply to it, I don't think, in any other video, but I mean, my mother told me the same thing, you know, she was really worried because if I don't get them filled and I really have 8 cavities, then my mouth could be fucked, you know what I mean? Anyways, come like 3 or 4 months later, my mom lets me know that that new girl apparently got fired, and the actual doctor there was saying that I do not need, you know, or I don't have 8 cavities that need to be filled. You know what I mean? I might have 1 or 2, but he said it out of his own mouth that she got fired. I don't know if what she got fired for. I just know that she got fired. And I know that clearly she was lying about something there, you know what I mean? And see, I tell you guys, this is exactly what happens, but some of you guys just don't want to believe me. And that's fine. I'm completely open to any questioning or anything. I'm not saying everything I say is complete dogma and is 100% correct. I mean, you guys can question what I say, obviously. That's the nature of searching for the truth, is questioning things, but I mean, the truth is in the pudding, man. I mean, look what happened. You know what I mean? My intuition is very good when it comes to seeing through people and seeing through people's lies and stuff like this. I'm extremely hard to manipulate as a person, especially with money, because money works on a lot of people. That's the thing. And scaring people. I heard one quote from, I don't know who it was. He sounded British though, but he said the 2 best ways to control like a population of people is through fear, controlling them through fear, and controlling them through demoralization, demoralizing them like they have no hope. Obviously, fear is number one, and we can get into I gotta make another video, especially about this one video that I fucking saw on the internet, dude. It's fucking weird. But I mean, we could get into like how possibly China is fucking attacking the United States through these fucking, like, these apps like TikTok and shit like this. I mean, talk about demoralizing. Like, look at the state of the economy right now. Is that demoralizing or what? I mean, we're literally in a depression, but they don't want to admit it. Since when was it normal to live paycheck to paycheck? But not even people living on minimum wage. People living on minimum wage are fucking barely making it by, if that, you know what I mean? I'm lucky enough to have somewhere to stay, and I don't have to pay, you know what I mean? And I'm grateful for that. But some people, man, I feel bad for a lot of people out here. They don't, like, you can barely get by and you're working your ass off fucking every day. Like, that's your life, man, you know what I mean? Think about it. You work 8 hours a day. You might have a 1 hour lunch. You're there for at least 8.5, 9 hours. You're up for what? Maybe 16 hours. You're sleeping for 8. They steal, just about half your life. Half of your life. At least during your years where you can actually like work and move, and you know what I mean? I don't know. I really have a feeling that something big is on the horizon, though, man. Like, I really wouldn't mind going. What I think is going to happen. I do this a lot. I know I get off topic and things like this, but I forget what I was even talking about to begin with. Uh, yeah, I'll make another video on what I was just about to talk about eventually. But yeah, like people just try to, get money out of you because everybody wants to live a better life and they don't have any problem stepping on somebody else to live it. That's what people do. And I talked about this in the last video. I've dropped 2-3 jobs in the last 5 or 6 months, about 5 or 6 months, because just the way people abuse you and try to squeeze all the amount of labor out of you just for more money and better business. Like, a lot of big business people are just immoral. Like, they just use people for the labor while they run things in the background. They do the easy work. They have all the people beneath them that they're controlling do the hard work, and they're making all the money. Which, don't get me wrong, anybody could do this, but like, think about it. Who is going to make more money? Is it going to be the guy running a restaurant who's paying all of his employees good and like giving them time off and stuff like this? Or is it going to be the guy who's running a restaurant and he's paying them minimum wage, unfair wages, making them work overtime, calling them in when they're not supposed to be working, things like this? You treat them like a piece of meat that just like a slave, really, but it's just a slave for money. I mean, I guess the definition of slavery is working without pay, right? But I mean, if you think about it, slaves back in like what, the early 1800s in America, I mean, like, they were given accommodation, they were given food, obviously. What is the difference between that and now? You're just given the money to get the accommodation and the food now. But you're living paycheck to paycheck, so you don't really have any free time to yourself or free money to yourself. So it's essentially the same fucking thing. You just think that it's not slavery because you're getting paid for it. The slaves back then were getting the same commodities that you're getting today. They were getting food, they were getting shelter, you know what I mean? They had to work fucking hard all day long, but that's what a lot of people do today to live paycheck to paycheck and just get by. Money really is the root of all evil, and I've talked to some people about this and they kind of disagree with me. They say, well, money is just a tool, like, like a gun. Like, you could shoot the gun and like, maybe just like at a shooting range, and you don't have to shoot it at people, so that would mean you're a good person. If you take the gun and you go shoot up like a mall or something, that would make you a bad person, obviously, but it's not the gun itself that's bad, right? Money's a little different though, because money determines your lifestyle. Money is life for a lot of people. Money makes a lot of people's worlds go round. Money is literally life for a lot of people. So if money is your life, I mean, a lot of people nowadays are losing their morals as well. So if you're losing your morals and money is your life, you're not going to think twice about stepping on somebody else, and you're certainly not killing them, but you're kind of unknowingly putting them in a lower position than you. and you're not acting with morality. You're just like, it's crazy how I believe 1% of the world owns, like, I think it's like 87% of the world's currency. And they just want to keep all of this currency to themselves and not give anything to anybody. How greedy is that? How selfish is that? They don't want to help anybody at all. And honestly, I don't even really need help. I'd rather them just go give it to somebody who's struggling, who's fucking working their ass off 12 hours a day, and they got 3, 4 kids at home. Go help somebody like that, you know what I mean? Somebody that really, really needs it, and their family needs it. But we have so many just greedy ass people nowadays who just want everything to themselves. They do not care about other people at all. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. A true test of man's character is his hope and faith when he has nothing, and his attitude and humility when he has everything. If you meet a man that just gives up when he has nothing, he's weak. If you meet a man who is arrogant and thinks he's the best when he has everything, is also weak. A lot of men today like to think that a big ego is cool. And a big ego that's what makes you a man. Having pride and an ego. That's not true. Being a real man is about being kind and gentle and courteous and loving. But when you're pushed beyond a limit, having that side to you that will go to hell and back, that's what a real man is. Don't operate in your ego, guys. If you don't see now why I say that, you'll see eventually. Take it from me, though. I had an ego at one point. It didn't end well. Alright, guys. Like I said, I started this video talking about what I was talking about with the dentist and stuff like this, but like I said, I'm open to questions and comments on what I have to say. Definitely not everything I say is going to be 100% accurate. At the end of the day, all I know is that I know nothing. I don't really know anything. So leave your comments down below if you guys want to talk. I respond to any comments. So, all right, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.